Tower Skycam, looking at the sun beginning to set across the South Plains and a pleasant evening shaping up across the South Plains. And we did see a front that moved through the South Plains earlier this afternoon and brought even a few locations, a few showers and thunderstorms and some quick douse of rain, and then those quickly pushed on off to the south and southwest. But I'll get to that in just a moment. Those current temperatures across the South Plains, 85 here in Lubbock, lower 80s off to the north and northwest. We're already down to 79 over there in Friona. Still some upper 80s, even some lower 90s across the south and southwestern South Plains from earlier this evening. Now that front has continued to push off to the south and southwest and has already cleared the South Plains, and most locations are seeing those winds from the north and northeast. Current wind speeds of 10 to 15 miles an hour in most locations, and that cooler air will begin to filter off to the south and southwest throughout the rest of this evening. We're not talking too cold in temperatures, but a little cooler than what we saw today. Now the current look at radar across the South Plains, all clear across the South Plains and most of the Panhandle. That front that brought us the quick shot of rain earlier today has pushed well off to the south and southwest into the Permian Basin. As we take a broader look, you can see that front now edging into the Midland, Odessa area, bringing them some shower and thunderstorm activity this evening. But the front has cleared the area, but our next focus for rain is out here across northern New Mexico and southern Colorado. That activity is expected to grow in intensity overnight tonight and make it toward the South Plains. But not everyone will see the rainfall across the South Plains, as I will show you in just a minute with your futurecast. Starting from this evening into the overnight hours, seeing most of the activity staying out to our west and along the state line in our western counties. Friona, Dimmitt, Milshu, you guys may hear a rumble of thunder, even some rainfall earlier tomorrow morning. The most intense of the storms will stay out into the higher terrain of New Mexico, but we're not expecting severe weather, maybe some gusty winds, some localized heavy rainfall. As that activity begins to push off to the south end to the southwest overnight tonight, you can see most of it staying dry, and those showers and thunderstorms by earlier tomorrow morning begin to diminish very rapidly from north to south, and most of it staying out in New Mexico. But we can't rule out some of our western counties overnight tonight seeing some rainfall and some shower and thunderstorm activity. We're looking, amounts to say pretty light, under a tenth of an inch or so from the Clovis area and along the state line. Here in the metro and most of Lubbock, we're staying dry overnight tonight and not really going to see much. But in the longer range of things, taking us through tonight and throughout the rest of the weekend into early next week, I think this model's overdoing it overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Not all of us will see the rainfall, mainly along our western counties in the state line in eastern New Mexico. But as we begin to approach Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week, that's when better coverage of rain across the entire South Plains begins to take place, as we do see some showers and thunderstorms develop into complexes and move out of New Mexico and toward the South Plains during that time frame. We're looking at a quarter of an inch by Monday here in Lubbock, and bumping that up to around 34/100ths of an inch by early Tuesday morning. So better chance of rain for the entire area to start the beginning of next week and throughout the rest of the weekend. You can see higher amounts are expected to remain out over New Mexico and off to the east. Tomorrow's high temperatures, this is kind of unusual for late June. We're looking at high temperatures tomorrow expected to be in the mid 80s across the metro and most of the central South Plains. Lubbock at 84 degrees. Upper 80s, even some high temperatures tomorrow afternoon expected to be almost 90 degrees off into the rolling plains, and expect those lower 80s off to the north and northwest. Now for tonight here in Lubbock, we'll see a temperature of 68 degrees, 30% chance of rain overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning, mainly in our western counties. Very scattered thunderstorms. Those are expected to fall apart during the early morning hours. Not so much for us here in the metro. I think we'll miss out on the rain. Now tomorrow we'll see a high temperature of 84 degrees. Looking for those cloudy conditions across the area. 20% chance of rain, like I said, early tomorrow morning and along the state line. Those winds from the east-southeast, 8 to 18 miles an hour. We can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. Those are going to be very spotty and isolated, and most of us will miss out. But better chances come in Sunday and Monday, especially Monday night into Tuesday for the forecast area. Those rain chances stick with us into early Tuesday morning, and then we begin to dry out into middle of next week, and then we do have a front entering the area by next Friday or so. Models are hinting at a few shots of rain by the 4th of July weekend, so I know that's not something anyone wants to hear, but that's still way out in the forecast, and that's something that we will be watching over the next several days or so. But those temperatures hanging in those mid to upper 80s throughout this weekend, so quite nice for